Okay, first of all, what school are we at here?
We are at St. Jude Catholic Education Center in Chalfont, Pennsylvania.
Great. And I know that you are, your name?
Anita Marko.
Anita Marko, of course. And Anita is one of the teachers that's in the third year. You've had 3 years now
Yes.
of the program. And one thing I can say is that you keep in great contact with us. We always know what you're doing, pretty much. So what I wanted to do is some of our new teachers have never used LabLearner before, and I just want to get your input on what it's like to go from year 1 to year 2 to year 3. Are there problems that work themselves out, or do things get worse as far as you're concerned?
Well, the good news is they definitely don't get worse.
Okay.
You know, I have to say there's probably the biggest difference between year 1 and 2, just from a level of confidence, because you know what's coming and you understand the labs and you understand what the kids' questions are going to be. As far as the labs go, it's wonderful knowing ahead of time what you're looking at, what you can tell the kids to look for ahead of time. It's completely different. I mean, the first year it seems very overwhelming. It seems like there's a lot of things you got to prepare and keep on top of. The second and even third year, there's such a nice flow because you're coming from a place where you really understand what you're doing.
And what about the kids, the students? Are they more prepared as the years go by?
I see actually a big difference. I teach 7th and 8th grade science here, and now into the third year I see a big difference in the kids, especially procedural knowledge, like just understanding how to use instrumentation. They've done it before. Carryover of things like how to calculate volume displacement. They're doing it in 2 or 3 different grades, so by the time they're seeing me in 7th grade, they've done it already once or twice.
And does that help you in terms of being able to get experiments done in the time?
Oh, absolutely, because a lot of times it'll say, you know, follow the volume displacement method, and I'll say, have we done this before? And they're, yes, we're good with it.
So you have the procedural things, but what about, like, you know, you've had 3 years to come up with more analogies when you're trying to just simply get the concept. Is that basically happening here as well?
What do you mean by analogies?
Well, just like examples, you know.
Absolutely.
Things from the news, things that, you know, in everyday life. I mean, you get more time as the years go by.
Yes.
Do you find that you're able to rely more on that type of thing?
Actually, what's nice about that is when you come from a place of having done it 1 year and have been through the labs and been through some of the you know, the post-labs and the pre-labs, when you hear things on the news that relate to something that's coming up, you can pull it in right away. So you can make a lot of what's in the classroom and in the lab relevant to what's going on in the world. We do that all the time, especially in the morning when you hear something about space or
So are there any words of encouragement that you would give those, you know, 100 new teachers this year?
I would say, you know, hang in there. There's an awful lot to learn. There's a lot for you, but there's also a lot for the students. So once you master it and you have a chance to spend a year really getting it underneath your belt, you have so much to offer the kids, and the kids enjoy it.
Yeah. Do you like the program better this year or the first year?
Oh my goodness. Third year into it, I'm totally relaxed and I feel comfortable with everything, and I feel comfortable with the kids' questions.
Well,
it's wonderful.
Thanks for talking to me.
Thank you, Dr. Verner.